Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. Welcome to Friday, which only means one thing. Welcome to Runescape free Marketwatch. So in terms of updates this week, quite a big one. We have the full removal of Treasure Hunter, as well as the Runescape Ahead roadmap. Now, if you haven't seen a video about that and going over it as well, I'll make sure to put it in the corner of the video and also in the description for you guys to check out. We have now started a brand new account to cover basically the whole year worth of updates and growing the account as the updates come out as well. And the first episode was released yesterday. That will also be in the corner of the video and also in the description as well. And finally, if you haven't seen the video as well about the subathon on the channel from now until the end of February, I'll put that finally in the description and also in the corner of the video. For every 25 subscribers we get to the channel, we are going to double upload for a day, and that will be going for the next 6 weeks. So if you want to know a bit more about that, go and check it out as well. But we are not here for that. We are here for one thing and one thing only. Welcome to Runescape free Marketwatch, where we go through the grand exchange on the homepage, through the price rises and price falls to pick out any investments, money making tips, or things which are generally up in price to get a bit more out of your Runescape free time. Now, the road ahead brought some very big future updates. Whether that's already affected the prices, I'm not quite sure, but I think they're a bit too far away to do it. We are going to do a bit of a long-term market watch in the future, where we're going to sort of pick out a couple of things based off the video and based off the updates, which we'll look at investing or working around in the future. But that might be next week or the week after. I'll put it as a priority depending on if you guys want to see it. So if you want to see it, drop it in the comments below and I'll try and push it through as quick as possible. Right, so let's go through price rises. So first one to start with this week is going to be the Zerosian Insignia, up in price to 6.1k, which is very nice. In terms of last week, we had some of the ancient gravel items going up in price. This also just means another thing, that ancient gravel is technically a bit too cheap at the minute. So I expect that to rise up over time. We have Silverhawk Feathers now at 4.8 thousand coins. These are no longer coming into the game, but for probably about a year, you can still utilize Silverhawk Feathers. But now the demand has all of a sudden stopped, Silverhawk Feathers could go quite aggressive in terms of their price rise. Definitely one we need to keep an eye out over the next couple of months. But currently just under 5,000 coins, which is probably one of the higher prices we've seen them for a long time. We have the standard plank at 315 GP each, a Dracolith Stone Spirit 609 GP, a orange at 266, and Acadia Wood Spirit at 190. There's quite a few tokens dotted around, but as always, we're going to skip them. With so many tokens coming into the game, a lot of them crash quite hard. Now the Christmas event is completely out of the game as well. You can sort of see a couple of these recovering over the next sort of period of time, because there are some decent overrides and stuff as well, which people would want to buy. We have the Starbloom Flower Seed at 32.5 thousand coins each. A Raw Rocktail is now over 1,000 coins at 1,067. And the Dragon Dart Tip at 3.2k. Mahogany Wood Spirits A6 GP each. Eternal Wood Spirits 6.3k. The Scrimshaw Sacrifice 4.4 mil, and Soft Clay back over 1,000 coins. Cadmium Red 11.5 thousand coins, Radiant Energy 189, Greater Necroplasm 349, and Cobalt Blue 11.8k. So the colours are starting to go back up in price and getting to a point where they're starting to become a little bit expensive. So that's always good to see, because it just means that like pickpocketing for thieving at the archaeology professors, or Sith Soil, or actually just doing some archaeology at the cash spots can make you a little bit more profit, which is always good to have those sort of elements as well. Archaeology funds a lot of different skills now. It's not just archaeology where it makes money, so it is nice to see that. A Cannonball is over 1,000 coins, 1,075. The Ascension Keystone 144.5, and a Super Restore Flask 6 dose is 20.6k. We have Powerful Ghostly Ink at 14.3, Molten Glass 251, Cowhide at 878, and Baby Dragon Bones at 291 GP each. Ballarat Sashbrush Grand Exchange price has been updated now to 181.9 mil. I still think that's quite far off where it needs to be, but it is progressing and going up. Lesser Necroplasm 165, Mort My Fungus over 2,000 coins. That's probably the highest we've seen that in a little while. And the Silver Bar now 2.5k. Quite expensive for Silver Bars. It could be a really good way if you're a free-to-play player to make a little bit of profit, whether it's mining or smithing, because there's definitely some money in Silver Bars. A Spring is 2.8k. This is very similar to the Silverhawk Feathers. Springs used to come in from Treasure Hunter in quite high volumes. Now Treasure Hunter is not here. They're not really going to come into the game in that kind of volume, and the only really way you can make springs is untradeable tight springs with Invention. A Portable Well is 7.4k each. Oak Planks 1.1k. Ripper Demon Wildcards 20.7. And a Zamorak Major is going to be 173.3k. We have Greater Ghostly Ink at 13.3, Uncut Ruby 383, and an Armadillion Yellow at 10.6. Vibrant Energy 345, Spirit Wolf pouch 863 GP each, and a Magpie pouch is now 6.5k. We have Zygamite Fruit 369, Seeker's Charm 116.8k, and Mahogany Planks over 1,000 coins, which is pretty big for Mahogany Planks nowadays. That's 1,074 GP each. Enemy Wildcard 57.1, Corrupted Creature 12.2, a U-Frame 61.1k, a big jump up over the week actually. 6,000 coins for a U-Frame is pretty decent. Definitely going to be a big demand on the construction items, which we'll cover in that extra Marketwatch video we're going to do, because there's definitely some things you could pick out to at least train or invest in the future as well. We have normal logs 1.1k each, a rope 795, blood runes continuing to go up as well, 688 GP each. But these have been here for a little while, so really nice to see blood runes continue to go up, and also give people a reason to go and do a bit of rune crafting is always good. Starosauria Domain 10.1k, we have binding contracts for cows 124.6k, Hellhounds 77.8. Not quite where we want Hellhounds, but to see them go up is a really good sign, and it's something we want to see for a little while. Hellhounds are by far the easiest binding contracts to make. You can get hard clues with them as well, so they're really worthwhile having if you've got some binding contracts, but you just want the prices to be a little bit more. We have Magic Notepaper 765 GP each, Ascension Bolts 1.5k, the Memory Dice are continuing to go up now, 683.9 mil. Royal Dragon Leather just under 3,000 coins each. We have the Skekker's pieces as well for the Hypno one. The Dragon Hatchet is now 39.9k, Elderwood Spirit 8.9, Stonewall Segment 10.7k, and a Highlander Seed at 1.4k. Right, so quite a few things in terms of this. We've got a lot of archaeology items. We've got 3 other colours there, and it's the Starosauria as well. U-frames, and I imagine quite a few frames are going to start picking up in price because I think people will start buying construction now. The fact that construction does include the player-owned house is going to be massive. I think there's going to be some huge buffs to the player-owned house. And really now, construction could be seen as an investment in something to sort of like get ready for, to make as much money from it as possible, or at least get the best benefits out of it as possible. So really interested to see what the construction house is going to offer. We still have a couple of things like the Magpie pouch, which is really good. Again, if you've got green charms in your bank and you're a low-level summoner, it's a good way to go and make some GP there. Cannonballs going back up in price is very good. We have the Ghostly Inks as well. We have the Mortmire Fungus, which is something which you can come and collect. Yeah, really good money makers here, and things which are recovering in price as well. So really interesting. The treasure hunter items as well, just starting to peak up a little bit as well. Definitely the ones which are more usable, like the springs, like the Silverhawk feathers. And I think that'll be a bit of a trend over the next couple of weeks as well, is that the treasure hunter items which people would buy will not be coming into the game in the sort of numbers they used to, well, at all. And because of that, they'll start to bounce up as well. Now, price falls. Whether we're going to have much content to this side again, we don't know, but we're going to still experience quite a lot of the Christmas cosmetics still going down. As I've said for the past couple of weeks, if you are interested in these items, by all means, now will be the best time you'll ever have to buy them, because I imagine at some point they're going to hit the bottom and they will bounce and go up a little bit, but please do not buy them for the mid-price. Try and put in some lowball offers and see where you can get from there. Right, so we'll skip all the cosmetics again. There's nothing really here for us to go and see. The first item though on the price falls we're going to talk about, which is a bit of a surprise really, is Viswax. Viswax dropped to 17.8k, and I'm not sure why. Because with the removal of Treasure Hunter and also the Premier Artifact, people can't just reroll an aura for free every day, which generally I would have thought meant that people would have had to buy some Viswax to extend their auras just to sort of replace it. But I guess not. But for me, 17.8k is still a decent price to buy Viswax at. Maybe people aren't extending their daily challenges, but it doesn't really make sense to for it to go that low actually. But that's a real big drop for Viswax this week. Definitely going to keep an eye on that over the next couple of weeks as well, because cheap Viswax is good for everyone, because it means you can extend your daily challenges and extend your auras for a decent price as well. Extra Fine Sand, 2,000 coins each, still going down. This is not the prayer version. The prayer version, I imagine, will be down a little bit lower. But to have Extra Fine Sand at that price, especially if you've not done the flask, really good time to do it. And also, if you're blessing it, maybe you can get it under 2,000 coins now as well. A little bit more profit for you. The Arbok Seed taking a big hit this week, 7,000 coins, 15% it's gone down. This used to be the standout herb, and it kind of still is a little bit. This and Bloodweed are the ones which stick out the most, but to see it being hit that hard, a bit surprising. The Goldstone Spirit now under 900 coins, pretty cheap in my opinion. I think if this goes down again next week and goes under 800 coins, me personally, I'm going to stock up. Gold ore always bounces. That's one thing I've learned from doing Marketwatch, is that gold ore and gold bars always have a value on them, and once you see Goldstone Spirits go that cheap, they're definitely ones which will go up over time, especially like you might hold them for a couple of months, but you'll always make profits on them. For whatever reason, we have the talismans drop in. The Tuska's wrath ability is now under 1 mil, so this is a must buy if you don't have it. It is such a good ability to have, and the fact it's that kind of price now just means it's just so cheap. We have Dust Runes at 716, a Felt just under 2.8k, Grinding Ranarr under 1.6, and Large Bladed Adamant Salvage now under 6.5k. We have Raw Beef 643, the Blessed Sand is 5.1k. It won't be that price, it'll be significantly lower, but just go and check margins before doing anything. Raw Cavefish 478, a Steel Plate Body 4.1k. The Gloves of Silence are now 55.3. And Cinderbane Gloves 45.7 mil. Really good upgrade if you're trying to go from that mid to higher level in terms of like PVM, Slayer or whatever. Cinderbane Gloves are very good. Vital Sparks 127.5k. We have the Alteration Necklace just under 260. Chocolate Dust under 600 GP each, and the Spade under 700 GP as well. We have Gold Rune under 2,000 coins, Clean Ranarr just over 2,000. The Jow Talk Zut is now valued at 28.5 mil. I am pretty sure it won't be that price, it'll be significantly under, but it's still working its crash out. Ganodermic Gloves 316.5k. Sandstone is 5.5k for a 10 kg block. The Omniguard, as well as a lot of the Robes of First Necromancer, has gone down, so that could be a very cheap upgrade if you're looking for your Necromancy stuff. I kind of wait for it to settle down a bit before buying it, because you don't want to be buying it slightly higher than what you can get it for. Wait for it to crash out and go from there. The Scrimshaw of Aggression 571.2k, and then finally a clean Total Axe 2.9. So this has probably been the most we've got out of price falls for a little while, and there's still some things here which are worthwhile picking up. Obviously the Viswax is one we're going to keep an eye on. The Extra Fine and Blessed Hand are ones to keep an eye on if you're using it for a low level moneymaker. I would definitely recommend, if you don't have it, to get the Tuska's Wrath ability, because again it's so good. A couple of higher items drop in though, like Cinderbane Gloves, the Robe top and bottom of the First Necromancer. They're pretty big, as well as the Omniguard as well. But definitely a really good week to sort of go through the price rises and just attack a couple of these things here. There's definitely some money makers dotted around as well, and looking decent. We have definitely got some items on the way up, and definitely some money makers dotted in there as well. Now what I'm going to be doing is a video based off the Runescape ahead on what I do in terms of investing, money making, and all that sort of stuff as well. That'll probably be over the next week or two, but again, if you want me to release it sooner, I can prioritize it. Just drop in the comments, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in my next video.